Wakey eggs and bakey, mother. Oh, oh, man. Goddamn. Hold on for 1 second. Oh. Uh, oh, man. That feels so great. Uh, anyway. Alright, so, how is everybody doing this morning? I am doing well. This is Saturday. I am off work, and I don't have to do a goddamn thing for today and tomorrow, and then I'm back to work. But anyway, so today I want to talk about something that Sun Tzu, Sun Tzu said. If you don't know who Sun Tzu is, Sun Tzu was a great strategic general. I can't remember the time period that he was in, but I can look it up later. But he was known for he's best known for his book, The Art of War. The Art of War is really it's used also by the United States military, and its strategies and its antics of warfare, of mental, physical, and emotional warfare. One thing I want to talk about out of the book is what Sun Tzu would call death ground. Alright, so I'll give an explanation to, I'll speak on something before I explain the death ground scenario. So a lot of us, like whenever we are confronted by adversity or whatever, we tend to hesitate. We tend to back ourselves, and we think, damn, what if this happens? Damn, what if that happens? I've had a problem with that within myself, you know what I mean? And it's held me back from a lot of shit. And I'm so glad I got rid of that, and I'm so glad I've sat there and I've just said, fuck it, I'm gonna take this risk. That's basically what you're doing, whatever the situation may be, as long as it benefits you, man. I mean, as long as you, if it will benefit your legacy or it will benefit your life, fuck it, don't hesitate. Hesitation, leads to failure. Even if you do take the risk and you fail at whatever it is, all it is you can learn from it, and then whatever you learned, try it again. So I'm a fighter, and so I'll put it in a fighter's kind of scenario. So say if you're walking down the street and a person that you see that doesn't necessarily like you, knows you but doesn't necessarily like you, comes up to you and starts giving you shit, you can sit there and you can run, or you can fight. The point of the matter is you gotta force yourself past that fear. You gotta force yourself past that moment of hesitation and just let it go. Whenever I talk about, beast and shit, you literally have a beast within you. And that beast, every time that situation occurs, whenever you start feeling that, like your body becoming all weird and shit, that's the time that it's either fight or flight. Either you let your beast out, or you act as an antelope and you start running, Don't run. Ever. You know what I mean? There ain't nothing worse in this life than a snitch, a child molester, and a coward. So, you need to put yourself in a death ground situation. Test yourself. So the death ground situation goes like this. Sun Tzu would have his men resting upon a cave wall where their backs, where They couldn't fucking turn around, escape, or nothing. You know, they didn't have no way out. And the soldiers come in and try to kill him. And he noticed whenever he did that, they fought more like devils. They fought with more ferocity. They fought with more courage. They fought like beasts. You know, you back a lion into a corner. Well, of course, you ain't about to back no lion into a corner, but you know, metaphorically speaking, you back a lion into a corner. What do you think that lion is gonna do? He's gonna attack, because out of fear, he don't. I mean, it's either you know, in his mind, it's either you or it's him. It's either he becomes the meal or you become the meal. So that's how you should look at it. You know what I mean? Every time you ever come up to a situation, it don't necessarily have to be fighting, but every time you come up with a situation that you have no choice but to fight, fight. And just say this: it's either me or it's you. You know, kind of like a mantra. It's either me or it's either you. It's either me or it's either you. It's either me or it's either you. You know, or you could sit there and visualization. Visualization is fucking perfect. You can start visualizing, you know, how you're going to conquer the situation, and you know what I mean. And it gives you more motivation. It leads you to want to do a lot more. You know what I mean? It brings a lot more out of you. Especially, like, for instance, me, I'm only 5'6" and about 135 pounds, I think. I haven't weighed myself in a minute. But anyway, so if I go up against a bigger guy, like 6'5", 265, something like that, that's a big fucking dude. But still, it don't matter, you know, whatever. It's either me or it's him. And the point I'm trying to make is whenever you come up against a great force, whenever you have a less formidable like set of tools, it brings a lot more out of you. You're like, damn, you know, this motherfucker, he is kind of big. So I'm going to have to do a lot more than what the fuck I would with somebody my size or smaller. If that makes any sense. So put yourself in a death ground situation at all times, regardless of whatever it may be. And if you fail, whenever you do that shit, it don't fucking matter. You didn't fucking fail, actually. You actually took the initiative, you went out and you did something, and you risked either your life or you risked something to gain something great. Because whenever you inevitably do that, you start boosting up your courage. Because what you're doing is you're taking the risk. You're basically saying, fuck the fear. I'm going to take this risk, and I'm going to go at it with everything I got. That is developing courage. And whenever you develop more and more courage, whenever you start acting in more courageous ways, you are going to be a very courageous motherfucker. You're going to damn near be like Tyr. But, that's what we need, man. I mean, courage is so fucking great, dude. I mean, and it's what leaves you with the legacy that, you know, motherfuckers will always remember you by. If you look at all these people that get into the ring or whatever, or if you look at all these people, or if you look at all these individuals who get up on stage to sing their heart out, you know what I mean? Or if you see all these different people that, you know, paint all these different images or whatever, and they put them up in these galleries for everybody to see, you know, where criticism and all these different things come into play. they don't show fear. They just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go through it, and I'm gonna be courageous about it. If I fuck up, I'm gonna learn from my fuck up, and then I'm gonna do it again. That is the whole point of the death ground situation, is to put yourself in bullshit situations. That way you can come out a better person. Always put yourself in a state of urgency, regardless of whatever it may be. Because whenever you know that okay, so we all know, because we are creatures of habit, that whenever we get comfortable, or we start to get lazy and complacent, we don't necessarily like to put in a lot of more effort. So whenever we are in a state of discomfort, though, we tend to do a lot more shit. Because because we're uncomfortable. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to get comfortable. So that can also work with the death ground situation too, or how you can approach it. You're just like, damn, I'm uncomfortable right now. How do I get comfortable? Me? Alright. So I'm comfortable right now. But this dude, he's bigger than me. Way fucking bigger than me. This motherfucker, all he got to do is just hit me one time on the forehead, and I'm comatose. Now I'm uncomfortable. Now I got to do something about it. And lo and behold, he do something about it. I hope this helped out somebody. If it made any sense, I know sometimes I ramble, and also it's early ass in the morning on a Saturday. So, I hope you guys have a great fucking day. And hail son, may the gods be with you always.